Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a few different things here. First of all, I wanted to read you this part in the discovery about the shovel. I'm still a little bit unclear of if there's a shovel missing or not, but I'm going to read this for you and let me know what you guys think. I've read this actually in two of my other videos previously, and because I was curious, like, do you guys know anything? Because I know when they went through the evidence, they did have a shovel. They found there was a shovel in the truck, but is this saying that maybe there was two shovels and the shovel that he seen wasn't in the truck when they impounded it? Okay, let me know what you guys think, because I know I like I said, I did two videos on this where I read this and I didn't really get very much feedback on it. But now after that new video where you see that guy walk in and the one that Midnight Mysterologist did, now there's been like a lot of talk about it. So I'm hoping that you guys can let me know what you think of it. Okay, so I'm going to read it here. So this is actually on page, let me see, it's 121 of the Discovery. On August 20th, 2018, at approximately 1700 hours, I was asked by Detective Baumhover if I saw a shovel in the back of Chris Watts' work truck. I advised him that I did and that I would complete a supplemental report with the information. On Monday evening, myself and Officer James and Officer Coonrad were at the Watts residence speaking with Chris Watts about where his family may be. Officer James was speaking with Chris on the front driveway of the residence when I walked over to Chris's work truck, which was parked directly in front of the driveway to his residence facing east. I began looking into the bed of the truck over the tailgate and observed several silver toolboxes, some sort of pump with a large hose, and a few other miscellaneous tools. I walked to the passenger side of the truck while still looking into the bed of the truck and observed a shovel. The shovel was a spade shovel with a red handle and had a black rubber grip on the end of the handle. I noticed there was fresh dirt on the spade of the shovel. I noticed the shovel was facing down, with the bowl of the spade facing towards the tailgate into the bed on the driver's side and angled upwards to the passenger side, with the end of the handle being close to level with the top of the bed of the truck. The shovel was stored in between the cab of the truck and a silver toolbox or gas tank in the bed of the truck. When the vehicle was towed from the residence on Wednesday night, I was inside the residence and not present outside while it was being towed. I heard from someone that I cannot recall who that was that the shovel may no longer have been in the bed of the truck. While executing the search warrant at the residence, I looked in the garage, basement, and outside of the residence in an attempt to locate any shovels, but did not locate any. Nothing further. And this is Sergeant Bakes, number 975. So I'm not sure if the person that he says that he cannot recall that said the shovel may not no longer been in the bed of the truck, if maybe he was mistaken, because I know there in the evidence there was a shovel found in the truck. But then it makes me wonder, was there two shovels? Is that why he's saying that? And that specific shovel wasn't found, and because obviously there was a shovel that they found in the back of the truck because it's in the evidence. So either the whole thing was just like mistaken, and maybe the person who said that the shovel may no longer be in the truck, maybe he was mistaken, like I said, or was there two shovels and one was missing? And then that makes whoever that guy is walking with something that looks like it could be a shovel, it could be a tripod. I don't know. We can't really tell what it is, but it does kind of make it a little more interesting if there is really a missing shovel. But I'm not sure. It's kind of unclear about, and the way that he words this, if he meant that there was two shovels and one was missing, or that just the one shovel he didn't, that might have been missing. And if that's the case, then we know then that other guy mistaken because there was a shovel in the evidence. So I'm not sure, but I just wanted to share that with you guys to see what you guys thought about that. Okay, the next part I want to read to you that I find kind of interesting. Actually, a part of this I read, I did a couple videos on it, or actually already reading during the surveillance of when Chris pulls up his car. He pulls up the Lexus up to his truck that was kind of parked down the road, and it looked like he had all the doors open. It looked like he was moving stuff in between the cars. I personally think he was getting something out of the truck and putting it in his Lexus. And this was before actually he was on his way to Nick and Amanda Thayer's. Remember, he was gonna, well, he did stay the night at their house that it was Tuesday night into Wednesday, and but he on his way, because they were following him, there was an undercover cop following him on his way to their house. He does this U-turn and turns his direction, and here, the detective was informed that they had called him and they wanted to interview him at the police station. So that's where he was on his way to Nick and Amanda's house, and then he kind of turned his direction and went to the police station to do that interview that Tuesday night. And then he ended up going to Nick and Amanda's, and then he went to the airport the next day to pick up his dad. So I think he got something out of his truck and he got rid of it on the way to the airport. What that is, I don't know. I used to always think it was the blankets. I know during the second confession he said that he threw away the blankets in the dumpster at the construction site, but if you listen closely, he never really says that. They kind of put those words into his mouth. He says that he stopped off at that site to throw away his clothes, right? And then they said, "Oh, is that where you got rid of the blankets and the toys?" And he kind of just went along with it. So I don't know. I mean, I believe that there could be something else too, besides the blankets and the toys or whatever. But I think he definitely got rid of some stuff on the way to the airport and on the way home. I mean, he had his dad on the way home, on the way back from the airport to the police station. So whether his dad knew or not, I'm not sure. So most likely he probably did it on the way to the airport. Who knows? He could have just threw it in the airport's trash cans. I mean, you never know. But that was the only time he would have had a chance to throw away anything outside of his house, because he was under surveillance. Whether he knew that or not, he was. So that was the one time that he was not under surveillance, is when he was on the way to the airport. So that was the one time he could have actually got rid of some stuff. Besides on his way home from work that day, he stopped off at the construction site. We know that. But after that, they were watching where he was going. So that was his one opportunity. So whatever he got that day when he pulled out of his garage, his Lexus, he thought he was on his way to, Nick and Amanda Thayer's, pulls up to the truck. He has the truck doors open, car doors open. The cops say it looks like he's moving stuff in between. They couldn't tell what he was doing. And then he takes off. Okay. So whatever he got from the truck, I don't know. But here's another part of the discovery but I'm not going to read you that part, because I'll link the video I did on that. Actually, I already did a video reading that part of the discovery, that specific surveillance. But there's another part I want to read that kind of adds to this. So this was on Tuesday too, and Emma actually pointed this out to me, so thank you, and give her a shout out. But it says, I'm going to read this part of the discovery. It says, Detective Baumhover advised neither Chris or Shanann had a criminal history. Detective Baumhover advised uniformed officers were in the Watts neighborhood, continuing the neighborhood canvass. A short time later, Commander Egan received information that a uniformed officer in the neighborhood observed Chris packing up what appeared to be blankets and a cooler inside the white Lexus in the garage. Commander Egan was then informed Chris shut the garage door after packing the car. And a vehicle showed up at his residence, and a male and female got out and went inside his residence. So what was, the blanket and cooler, and then if you see when they impound the Lexus, there's no blankets and cooler inside the Lexus. So what did he do with that? Because that was Tuesday, so he packs it up Tuesday, and then that's when he goes and he stays at Nick and Amanda's that night. So what, he leave it there? Did he get rid of it on the way to the airport? Was that one of the things he got rid of on the way to the airport? And why? What was in the cooler? The blankets, it could have, I'm not sure if it was the blanket that he used. I'm not sure, because we know that Yankees blanket is seen in the house on the couch. I don't know. I don't know if they had two blankets that were both Yankees blankets. I'm not sure, really. But all I know is that when they found the Lexus, there's no cooler and there is no blankets in there. Okay, so this is the other part I want to read you. It actually says Steeple Rock, but I think they made a mistake. It was supposed to be Saratoga Drive. Steeple Rock is just the street over. Because as you can see, it says 2825 Steeple Rock. Their address, Chris Watts' address, is 2825 Saratoga Drive. And, you know, once I read this, it'll be obvious that they just got their address wrong because it talks about the Lexus, it describes him. But anyway, and that's who they were doing the surveillance under, was they were watching him. So let me read this. It says, garage door open of 2825 Steeple Rock Drive. Can see white Lexus in the garage. Observed white male, short dark hair with beard, gray shirt and black shorts. And remember, that's what he had on for those 2 days. He had on that grayish shirt and the black shorts. You know, he had that on the Tuesday, and then that Wednesday when he got arrested, he had on that same outfit. It says he was walking from the front passenger side to the rear of the white Lexus, opened the back hatch, and placed what appeared to be a square bag with pink flowers with white behind the flowers into the back of the SUV. Then proceeded to grab a cloth-like item already in the back of the SUV and place it into the bag. The male then closed the hatch and walked back to the right side, passenger side, of the SUV out of the sight. Then the garage door closed. So, I mean, what was he putting in the car? What was in that bag? Why did you take that cloth and put it in the bag? I still think he got rid of some stuff on the way to the airport. I really do. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Because like I said, I've mentioned this, and man, this was probably one of my first few videos I talked about that surveillance, and I just talked about how I always thought that he got rid of something on the way to the airport, because just that would have been his only time, you know, that he could have. So, and then, you know, with this information, and when he stopped at the truck and got something out of the truck, it looked like, and then where the heck is that cooler and the blankets? The blankets, now these were whether he got rid of the blankets that the kids had or not at the construction site, that's one thing. But after that, it was seen under surveillance that he put blankets into the SUV. And when they impounded the car, there was no blankets. So what were those blankets that he put into the SUV that were gone by the next day? What was in that cooler that was gone the next day? So it makes you wonder. And then this pink flower. Now I'm going to read you what they found in the Lexus when they impounded it, and they did find a couple of duffel bags. Whether or not this square bag with pink flowers is that a duffel bag, I'm not sure. You wouldn't think it'd be described that way. Who knows? Maybe that is the duffel bag they're talking about that was there when they impounded the car. But I'm going to read you what was all in the car. But they said they were empty duffel bags. So, you know, why would he be putting an empty duffel bag into the car that day before? He probably had, if that was one of the duffel bags that they found the next day in the car, what was inside it when he put it in there? Or was the whole bag gone? I don't even know if it was if that was maybe just like a little bag. I'm not sure, because it doesn't describe. It just says empty duffel bags when they impound the car. So like I said, whether he got rid of that pink flower bag, if that was one of the bags and he emptied it, or if the whole bag's gone, I don't know the answer to that. But we do know that the cooler and the blankets were gone when they impounded it, and all the bags were empty. So why would he be loading an empty bag into the Lexus the day before? I'm sure it had something in it. So what was in it? What did he get rid of? And why did he take that cloth and put it in the bag? Did that have some kind of DNA on it? I don't know. But here, I'm going to read you what they actually found in the car when they impounded it, okay? So the SUV was unlocked. However, the doors, windows, trunk, hood had been sealed with evidence seals and were observed to be intact and unbroken. The interior of the vehicle was relatively clean and uncluttered. In the rear seat passenger area were 2 car seats affixed and secured in place. Girls' clothing and shoes were noted on the floor, along with small toys and a stuffed animal. In the rear cargo area of the vehicle were numerous zippered, empty duffel-style bags. Also located in the cargo area were several items of men's clothing, which included a shirt, socks, underwear, jeans, and a belt. A pair of newer brown leather boots was also observed and collected. Medical paperwork, as well as paperwork collected from the front center console identifying dates and times of travel from Denver International Airport, was also collected. All items of evidence collected at the impound facility on Tuesday, August 21st, were transferred to Detective Baumhofer at 1310 hours on Tuesday, August 21st, 2018. CBI cleared the scene at Frederick Impound Lot at 1330 hours on August 21st, 2018. Okay, so that's that. So it's just interesting because it just makes you wonder what was he getting rid of? Can those hold some answers that we all want to know? Is there others involved? Was there DNA? Things that could have belonged to them? Things that could have had their DNA on it that he was getting rid of? And they're long gone now because I really strongly believe that he got rid of them on the way to the airport. I really do. Whatever he was getting rid of. So, okay, there's one more thing I want to read to you guys that's kind of interesting. Okay, so the last thing I want to read from the discovery, actually Emma pointed out this one too. So, which I never noticed this. I mean, I've read through this discovery so many times, I feel like there's always something new to find because there's so many pages and so many little details that you could overlook the first few times reading it over. But anyway, so okay, so I'm going to read you this one part about this is when the dogs were there, the canine dogs. So it says Christopher's work truck was parked just northeast in front of the house on the north side of the street facing west. One of the dogs was taken to the work truck, and Jane advised the dog showed interest in the truck. Jane stated that the dog did not alert for any human remains inside the vehicle, but the dog caught the scent of one of the three missing parties. Command staff was advised. So what scent? Which one? What are they saying this like? And I don't know if they mean it by that they're saying that it caught us. There was one specific member scent that they caught, or is it just saying it generally because? Okay, so let me know what you guys think. Is it saying like generally speaking? Is it just saying oh? It must have caught one of the scents of one of the missing parties because you know it was alerting or it was kind of showing some signs that it was upset, how she kept saying there's something's bothering him here. Or are they saying that it did for sure catch one of the scents of one of the victims, like whether it be Bella, Celeste, or Shanann, but that they know that it was a specific member, like it was a specific person, and they know who that person was that it caught the scent of? Or were they just saying because maybe the dog just kind of alerted that it must have caught a scent, or it specifically caught one of the scents? I mean, why they're not very specific. I mean, they don't really, how they word it is not very clear because I never heard if they got a scent from the truck of one of them. Which one was it? Just any of them because the dog alerted and they just assume, well, it must have caught one of the scents, or was it a specific scent that they actually really did catch at the truck? What do you guys think by the way that's worded? I'll read it again, that one sentence. It says, Jane stated the dog did not alert for any human remains inside the vehicle, but the dog caught the scent of one of the three missing parties. So, what does that mean? Does that mean it just must have, it caught one of the scents because, the way it was alerting, but they just don't know which one, but they could just tell that it caught one of them? Or is it saying, yeah, it was specifically caught one, like it was onto one of their scents and they know which one it was? I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think, because maybe I missed something else in the discovery where it explains this, but so far I don't know. I haven't found anything in Discovery where it says which specific member. If you guys know anything about that, let me know. I just found it kind of interesting because I never heard anybody talk about it or bring it up about the scent by the truck. If it did catch a scent, I really wish they would have made Chris open up his truck doors, but they didn't, unfortunately. But it does make me wonder, well, do they know which specific member the dog caught a scent of? So, I don't know, let me know what you guys think that is saying, or if there's some part of the discovery that I haven't read or I somehow looked over that it actually explains which member. Okay, so I think I'm going to end this video here. So thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. And I guess I will talk to you guys next time. Bye. Have a good day, everybody.